Hi, this is Priyankesh. I hope you all are doing great. Welcome to the solution session of sample set, which is being provided by IGIDEA. So let's get started. This video is in continuation with the part 2. In this, I'm going to cover the next 10 questions. So let's begin with the question number 21. Okay. In this question, it is asking about find the sum of the following infinite series. So let's rewrite the given series. So we can write it like that. 4 to the power 1 plus 1 upon 4 to the power 2 plus 1 upon 4 to the power 3 plus 1 upon 4 to the power 4 and so on. So you can see that this is basically a geometric progression and this is an infinite series, and sum of infinite series for a geometric progression is a upon 1 minus r, where a is the first term, so this is basically 1 by 4, and r is the common ratio, so this will be 1 upon 4 square divided by 1 upon 4, so this will comes out to be 1 by 4. Okay, so you will get sum of this infinite series will be 1 upon 4 divided by 1 minus 1 upon 4, so it will come out to be 1 upon 4 minus this is 1 minus 1 by 4, so it will come out to be 3 by 4. So 4 and 4 gets eliminated, and finally it will come out to be 1 by 3. So option 1 is the right option. Now let's move to the next question. So in this question here, you can see that it is asking let x be a variable with binomial distribution in which n equals to 25 and p equals to 0.3, which is the probability of success. It is given to you, and it is asking which of the following statement is true. So basically you have to find the mean and variance. Okay, you know that n is the number of trials and p is the probability of success, which is 0.3. So here we will find q, which is 1 minus p. This will comes out to be 1 minus 0.3, so this will be 0.7. Okay, now mean for binomial distribution is n into p, so n is 25 and p is 0.3, so this will comes out to be 0.75, and variance in this case is npq. So now put the value of n is 25, p is 0.3 and q is 0.7. So when you multiply this will be 25 into 0.21, and finally this will comes out to be 5.25. So option 1 is the right option. Now let's move to the next question. In this question, it is asking to find out the mean of the following probability distribution. So here you have values and corresponding probabilities. So mean in this case, it will be given by expectation x. Okay, and that will be summation I is varying from 1 to here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 values. So I is varying from 1 to 5, and this will be your xi into pxi. Okay, so this will come out to be 16 into 1 by plus 18 into 1 by 6 plus 24 into 3 by 8 plus 28 into 1 by 4 plus 36 into 1 by 12. Okay, so 8 2s are 16, 6 3s are 18, 8 3s are 24, 4 7s are 28, and 12 3s are 36. Okay, so now add it. So this will be 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3. This is 3 into 3, that is 9. Okay, so 7 and 3 10 plus 9 19, and this will be 5. 19 plus 5 is 24. So this is your answer. So option 3 is the right option. Now let's move to the next question. In this question, it is asking about two dice are thrown simultaneously. Okay, and what is the probability of getting two number whose product is even? So first, let's understand when you throw a die, you get numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out of which even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. And if you're throwing a two dice, so your total results will be 36, because in one die you have 6 results, in another die you have 6 results. So combining these two die, you will get 36 results, out of which we have to get the product should be even. So product will be even only when the number an even number is multiplied with odd number, it will give you even, or an odd number will multiply with even number will give you even, or even into even will give you even. So these are the three cases possible. Okay, so counting numbers on two dice in these scenarios is slightly difficult. Instead, if we take the alternate approach, that is, if we find odd into odd, so that will give us odd, and let's find the probability of a product is odd. After finding that probability, we can take the complementary events probability, so that will result in the required probability. Okay, so we in this we have number which are odd, which is 1, 3 and 5. So correspondingly on the other die we can get 1, 3 and 5. Similarly here also 1, 3, 5. Similarly here also 1, 3, 5. So in each case we are getting three cases. Here also 3, here also 3. So probability of getting a product as odd, this will be total favorable cases 9 divided by total cases are 36. So this is 1 by 4. Now our required probability, that is the complementary event of this event, that is find the probability of product to be odd. Okay, so this is 1 minus 1 by 4. So we will get 3 by 4. So option 2 is the right option. Now let's move to the next question. In this question, we have to find the dy by dx of this given function. So y dash will come out to be, here this function is in the form of a to the power x. So first this will be 2 to the power cot x ln 2, because here we are using the formula a to the power x. Okay, so d dx of a to the power x, I'm writing here d dx of a to the power x is a to the power x ln a. Okay, so this is the formula we are using. But here instead of x we have cot x, so differentiation of cot x is minus cos x square x. Okay, so when you solve it further, this will be minus 2 to the power cot x ln 2 into cos x square x. So if I go by choices, so option 3 is the right option. Now let's move to the next question. In this question, it is asking about find out the differentiation of this function. So let's apply the chain rule in order to get the solution. So y dash will come out to be first differentiation of cos square x. Okay, this will be 2 cos x cube. Now differentiation of cos x cube is minus sine x cube. Now again by chain rule we'll differentiate this x cube. So this will be comes out to be 3x square. So finally this will be coming out as minus 6x square cos x cube into sine x cube. So if I go by choices, you can see that in first option this will be a right option. Now let's move to the next question. Here in this question we have to evaluate this integral. So we can use by part. So this is x square e to the power 3x dx. Now by Euler rule, we'll take x square as first function and e to the power 3x as second function. So now apply integration by parts. So this will be x square integration of e to the power 3x is e to the power 3x upon 3 minus this will be d dx of first function, that is 2x, into integration of second function, that is e to the power 3x upon 3 dx plus c. Okay, now we have to integrate this. Here again you can take x as first function and e to the power 3x second function. So this will be x square e to the power 3x upon 3 minus, you can take 2 by 3 outside, and when you integrate this, so this will be x into e to the power 3x upon 3 minus differentiation of first function, that is x, is 1, and integration of second function, that is e to the power 3x upon 3. Outside the bracket you will get plus c. So let's solve it further. So you will get x square e to the power 3x upon 3 minus 2 by 3, and when you solve this, so this will be x e to the power 3x upon 3. Now integration of e to the power 3x is e to the power 3x upon 3, and you already have 1 3, so this will be e to the power 3x upon 9 plus c. Solving it further, it will give you x square e to the power 3x upon 3 minus 2 by 9 x e to the power 3x. Now minus minus plus 2 e to the power 3x upon 27 plus c. This will be your final answer. if I go by choices, so you can see that here this will be first option, in second option this term is there, so this will be your answer. Okay, now let's move to the next question. So here again you have to evaluate this integral. So again by Euler rule you have to take ln x into 1 upon power 5. So this will be your first function and this will be your second function. Okay, let's solve it. So this will be ln x into integration of x to the power 5 1 upon x power 5. This will be x to the power minus 5 plus 1 and upon minus 5 plus 1 minus d dx of first function, that is 1 upon x, and integration of x power 1 upon x power 5 is x power minus 5 plus 1 whole upon minus 5 plus 1 dx plus c. Okay, so when you solve it further, it will come out to be minus ln x upon, this will become x power 4 and in denominator you have 4x power 4. Okay, minus, when you solve this, so this will come out to be minus 4. Okay, so this minus minus plus 1 upon 4 and this will become 1 upon x power 5 dx plus c. So solving it further will give you ln x upon 4x power 4 plus 1 upon 4 and this will come out to be x power minus 4 upon minus 4 plus c. Okay, minus ln x upon 4x power 4, that is, this will minus 1 by 16 x power 4 plus c. So if I go by choices, so here in fourth option you can see that this will be the right option. Now let's move to the next question. So here in this question it is saying determine which of the following is true. Basically, if I go by choices, so we have to check the continuity. Now it is to you to check the continuity on 1, 2 and 0. Okay, so I'll go with 1 because here you can see that function is defined for 1 and for not 1. Okay, so ideally you should start with 1. Okay, so in order to check the continuity, this condition has to be fulfilled. Limit x tending to 1 fx should be equals to f of 1. If this condition is true, so the function will be continuous on x equals to 1. Okay, so for that let's take LHS. So LHS is limit x tending to 1 fx. Okay, and here fx is limit x tending to 1. You will take this function. Okay, so this will be 3x minus 5. Okay, so when you put the limit, so this will comes out to be 3 into 1 minus 5, that is minus 2, and take RHS. So RHS will come out to be f of 1, which is equals to 2. Here you can see that. So this will be the case. So in this situation, your LHS is not equals to RHS. Okay, so this function is not continuous at 1. Okay, for testing the limit you can take 1 plus and 1 minus, but instead of that you can check directly on this function. Okay, so you will get the same result. So let's move to the last question. Here look at the limit is x tending to 0. This is 3 to the power x minus 2 to the power x upon x square minus x. If you put the limit, this will come out to be 0 by 0, which is indeterminate. So applying L'Hopital rule, okay, you will get, and in this case you will get limit x tending to 0, differentiation of a to the power x is 3 to the power x ln 3 minus 2 to the power x ln 2. In denominator you will get 2x minus 1. Now put the limit. So when you put the limit, 3 to the power 0 will become 1. This will come out to be ln 2 to the power 0 will become 1. So this will come out to be ln 2. In denominator, 2 into 0 minus 1. So this is minus 1. So this will come out to be ln 2 minus ln 3. Okay. So option 2 is the right option. So that's all from my side in this session. If you're preparing for IGIDA 2021 exam, so you can enroll in our classroom program by calling on this number, and you can also enroll in our classroom program by the link which is given in the description. If you like this video, please share it with your friend and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy.